Hello, hello. Right. Okay, so Tuesday morning. Tuesday, apparently it's the 30th because I've just been paying my bills, and apparently instead of my credit card being due on the 30th, apparently they changed it to 29th, so now I've done that late. I know I should, yeah. It's one of, this is like a secondary credit card, you know, just so I could run up some extra debt, because having one credit card, you know, nearly fully maxed out wasn't enough. I needed to get myself another one. So just to annoy me. And it appears that there's lots of leaves which have blown through the window. I am doing cleaning tomorrow. However, I've done some cleaning this morning because I've done some stain removal, as in pit stain removal. So that is sitting out on the balcony, hopefully having a UV reaction because it's warm, and it will get rid of all of the pit stains. Yeah, in theory. I'm really tempted at the minute to like not bother with any of the pit stain removal, because this, so I've done a bit of tie-dyeing at the weekend, like literally only 2 things. The other thing I'm quite disappointed in, but this is something that I bought for resale, and it had a massive bleach stain on this corner here. I mean, maybe you could make a bit of it out now. So this was a All Saints jumper. Annoyingly, I paid like £4 for this, and I didn't realise that it was like it was a massive bleach stain there. This was actually like an off-white, almost grey t-shirt. Jumper is a jumper. But I just thought, right, I'm going to save it. I'm going to make it sellable by tie-dyeing it. I think I've done a pretty good job there. So I've done the twist technique. So you lay it out, and obviously I've pinched it there, and you turn it and you make it into a like wagon wheel. And what I'm happy about in this one is when I'd made it in a wagon wheel, I obviously had these sleeves, and then I wrapped the sleeves around the edge, so I've got a proper stripe effect on the sleeves like that. And then I've got the, you know, the central tie-dye in the middle on that. So yeah, I think I've saved the day with that. I only went with 3 colours. That's actually green, but I don't like the green on this. I think it's too yellowy. I don't think I'm going to buy these kits again. I mean, I went to Fred Aldo the other day because there's so many like sticking points with things. The reason I went to Fred, is it Fred Aldo? I always say Fred Aldo, but it's Fred Aldos. Yeah, so I went there because this that I have here, when I went to photograph it, I realised that one of the legs on this beaded section on the B was coming away, and then it was only coming away, and then I laid it on the side to repair it. I laid it on the side of my sofa, so now I think I've got beads inside the sofa, because when I came back the said bead had disappeared, and then a load of the others had come off, so a whole string of them had come off. So I went to Fred Aldo and got some beads. I'm going to give them some spare ones in this, not that I want to like draw attention to it. So I've repaired that. That's photographed and ready to do. That's what I'm doing today. I'm listing this is new stuff. This is stock take. So this is my short sleeve dresses. So I started this yesterday because all my sell similar relists were coming to an end yesterday. So I started on that yesterday. It was like, made me very anxious in the middle of a heat wave, listing short sleeve delisting short sleeve dresses, even though I'm gonna like send them live again. it just felt like, oh, why am I doing this? The reason that I'm doing them is because most of them had a listing date of the 30th or the 31st of May. Most of them the 30th of May, because I think it's the 31st is the long sleeves, which I won't be getting to probably until like 2 weeks time. I just ended and relisted and sent them all on the 30th and the 31st. So I've had like a big bulk of them go live on that day, and so this should sort of like space out my sales similar now. I just, for some reason, like felt like I needed to use up my allowance on the 30th. I think I was still toying with the idea of downgrading my shop, and then I thought, no, that is silly. Let's not do that. Although my feelings about selling overseas. So the reason that I want to keep the featured shop is because allegedly you get a little bit more overseas visibility with a featured shop. I don't know if I do or not. I mean, yeah, I'm inclined to say that not, but who knows. You see, the other thing which is on my radar with regards to selling overseas is obviously the EU legislation which has come into place, which you wouldn't think we need to worry about because we're not part of the EU, but I think the Labour government are going to like fully motor us into this legislation ourselves. So as business sellers, you have to put the safety details into your listing. So this is something that I've sold today. This probably hasn't even got it. So yeah, that's all that has on that. That isn't a safety label, is it? That doesn't say don't sit next to a gas fire in this garment. Who's going to sit next to a gas fire? Sorry, Brown Ted, I know that I sat you next to a gas fire. Yeah, so the All Saints one. This All Saints one has always got a hefty care label. So what they're saying is you have to put in the language of all the countries that you want to sell on the fire regulations. But you see, this doesn't have the English which is on here. So obviously with a standard care label, you know, and let's face it, some of them are quite extensive. So this one's quite extensive, and it's literally all of that information there that's in English features all the way through in all of the languages, which is why there's loads of stuff. I've just heard something fall down. I don't think I've been rummaging that much. So I mean, there's a lot there. So I mean, in regards to this, if I was listing All Saints, you know, not that I'm ever going to sell it overseas, I would photograph all of that and put it on there. But it doesn't have the CE mark on there, which you would hope for toys. And it doesn't say keep away from fire on there. So I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work. I just don't know. And then you have to put the contact details for said company as well on this thing. And I've gone into eBay have been kind enough to put a box in there for you to put that information in. But but when you go into it, it's all like, you've got to, you know, put the title, Mr. and, you know, Sandra Kohiki. And she works at Bowden or whatever. And you've got to put it all in line items. So it's not like you can just go on the website and go cut and copy and dump that in there. So I just think it's going to be a farce. And I feel like I need to start experimenting with it now to see if I list a Bowden dress and then I do a sell similar and list another Bowden dress, is it going to import that data in there, or is it just going to completely wipe it out just to make things more difficult? Don't know. Anyway, that's coming into place in the 13th of December. So I might start investigating whether I can front load it now. or whether I just need to like scale back all this selling of clothes and just do Lego, because hopefully then I feel more comfortable about putting safety information on for Lego with a contact detail. And obviously I'm selling like vintage stuff, but if I make sure that I get some old pictures that I've got of the CE mark on boxes of old Lego, at least I can put all of that information in my listing. Don't know. I can't think about things at the minute because they are strimming and leaf blowing. That's what woke me up. This is my one sale anyway of the day. This has taken me ages to sell, so I picked this up in flipping February, I think. So this is toast, this is linen. It's still on the website. I've got the website pictures are sort of like in the center of my listing. I've listed it well. I had it up for £80. There was no way I was going to get £80. I'm hoping that this isn't too loud for you all, this strimming. I've already changed mics over, thinking that this one would be more focused, because I think the other one picks up stuff that's happening further afield. Anyway, yeah, this has taken so long to sell. So the toast dungarees, just don't know. I have accepted an offer this morning of £60. So when I was looking at all of this yesterday, this one had an offer outstanding on it. And it did have an offer outstanding on it when I received an offer from somebody else, which I accepted. And this one went into my sold awaiting payment. It didn't go into the pending tab. So I just don't know how they're rolling it out. So maybe relisting stuff will make that work better. Don't know. The refresh will be fine. All of our stuff will be live again within 2 weeks. See, if there's 100 odd dresses there, which I know there isn't, so there's probably about 50 there. So I mean, they'll all be live within a week, won't they? If I do 5 a day, which is what I tend to do. Yeah, so anyway, this is linen as well. I was thinking that I was going to get 60. And then one of you guys did mention on there, oh, you can probably get more than that. Not me. Some people can get more than that. It's not me. I have another toast thing over there. The only time I've ever done well with toast was something that I put on auction, and I think, I don't know, life was a lot better then. I think that's it, is that I found 2020 very painful, even though I was selling a lot of stuff, because I'd lost my job and I was used to having a decent income. I found 2020 very difficult, and then obviously my husband had a period of non-work, and then they stopped our benefits, saying that regardless of the fact that other people have been furloughed, you haven't. Get back to work, you whores. So yeah, so we ended up going back to work while everybody else was working from home. And the whole thing was left a bitter taste in my mouth. Get the fuck out of here, you idiot. Sorry. We have to pigeon death. Can you see him? No. Sat there with my lettuce. It is going to die. I have literally no time for these pigeons. So that's another thing you see that I've done this morning. I feel like I've been lazy this morning, but I haven't, because I have taken the balcony mat off, the garden mat out. I've had to clean down my husband's chair, which had bird shit all over the arms, all over it. So I've had to clean. It's that bird. that is my lettuce that is sat on, and I don't want it touching my lettuce. And literally I've had to scrub the entire balcony wood because there's just poo all over it. So the reason that I've cleaned the balcony is obviously it's nice weather, and my intention for the day is I need to fold this better. So let's not do it on camera. So I got a Waitrose bag yesterday after work. So I have been at work yesterday, and I've got 2 things of fruit in it. I have a carton of sangria in there. So it's gone midday. I've done all the epoxy jobs that I need to do. I've got some stain removal on the go. I've done some laundry. I'm going to change the beds tomorrow and clean in here. And probably do some more photography, which I'll show you in a minute, the things which I am planning to photograph. I actually don't need to send that dress today, so that can go over there because they didn't pay until 10 o'clock this morning. I'm going to do some photography on these things here tomorrow after I've cleaned, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to photograph. This is a very pitiful amount of things that I've picked up this week. Very pitiful. And then get all of that refreshed, cell similar, ready to go, get that put away, and then I'm going to have sangria on the balcony this evening, late afternoon this evening. Hence why I've had to clean all of the poo off the balcony, because there's just white blobs everywhere and it's just horrible. There's also slugs, because I've gone out there and killed slugs, because obviously I've got some nice, you know, that lettuce is the lettuce that I'm eating at the minute, and I don't want to eat lettuce that's been picked over by a pigeon. They only come here to drink water. And I just hate them because of the poo. It is solely the poo. And if you could see the flies in here, you'd understand. So, things I'm going to be photographing and listing tomorrow are stuff which I've picked up in the last week. And I'm not sourcing at all at the minute. It's just, so these were sat. These were actually at work. These have been through the wash because they absolutely stank to high heaven. I just couldn't believe it when I saw that sat there. So loads of customers had gone by this. Several resellers had gone by this. It sat on the shop floor for at least a day, if not 2. And I just don't understand why nobody noticed it. But I've never picked up You Must Create before, which is what IMC is. I'm assuming that this is correct. That's what the label looks like. That has to be the correct one. Does it say on here? It's got it in different languages, so you know the EU can be appeased. Don't know. It's very unusual. I mean, now I feel like this did stink. You know, when somebody obviously like just rakes around in earth and has a dog, which they also don't wash, but they make sure they sleep with it. It's got like buttonholes all the way around the top. Not quite sure what that's about. But yeah, pair of jeans by YMC, size 32. Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see, because what does well for other people does not do well for me. Oh yeah, I've got these jeans. Believe it or not, these are Shein. I bought these for myself without looking at the size. I just thought, oh, fit me, the high-waisted, darling, high-waisted. They did not fit me. I could not get them on because yes, they're high-waisted, but they very much are small. So yeah, hear me out. This is Shein. I've previously picked up something that was called Fashion Nova. Now, Fashion Nova's website is probably very similar to Shein, but they've got some quite nice stuff on there. So I think I should probably buy stuff. But this is Shein, and they're frayed, they're flared, they're wide leg. They're not flared, are they? Are they? No, they're just wide leg. High-waisted. They're everything that the Yolf want. no doubt the youth have to have high-waisted because, you know, like when I was young, I had to walk to get my takeaway. So I was already burning calories before I was consuming them. But the youth, they get theirs delivered. So, you know, they have got more belly than we have. And yeah, we're sitting there complaining about our bellies, but, you know, the next generation, their bellies will cast a shadow over our bellies. You know, keep dreaming. So the next two things that I've got, so I've only paid £1 for these because these were, this is where my palpitation comes. They were going in the rag. This is why I feel like I need to get into like tie-dyeing big style to save things from rag. So both of these I've got 2 pairs of these. These ones are very faded. The other ones are sat out there. They've got bicarb of soda and vinegar on them at the minute because I've already done one round of stain removal on both of these, and that one isn't winning. This one I think I've won, but I need to get it on the ironing board and have a proper look because they were disgusting. They were like orangey stains. The one that's out there has got like, it's got black marks all over it, like somebody's skidded on a fence or something. I don't know, but I feel like I've caught all of these stains that were on here. These ones, like I say, these ones are orangey stains. Those ones are more like black stains. They're outside, but I have 2 pairs of these. They are very well worn. They are, it's not bobbled, but it's piled material. So I will not be getting much for these, but they are Lucy and Yak, and I just didn't want them to go in the rag. This is why it's bad for me to be in that situation. So yeah, Lucy and Yak, very small, again, high-waisted because if you're not walking to get your takeaway, even if you're a size 8, you've got a pot belly. And you know, I know that she wanted a pot belly in Pulp Fiction, but we don't really. Yeah, so just a size 28. They're a size 8. And hopefully the one outside will come out. There is also, what have I got out there? And I even though that has got a mark on it, I've paid full price for that. So I've paid £4 for the other thing out there, which is a jumper by a brand I can't pronounce. Napajira. Who knows? Right, so I've picked this up because I got I fell for the messages of a buyer. She's bought one thing and that's posted and delivered, but no feedback. She also wanted to purchase a pair of trousers and all of the blouses that I had by Sainsbury's too, which had dog prints on them. So then I went and picked up another one because it's like, well, I've got to buy the one that she wants all the dog print. Oh, she wants the dog print blouses. And then, you know, the other scene from Pulp Fiction, I am now John Travolta. Excuse me, acting here. Anyway, yeah, so Sainsbury's too. This will sell. It's rather Christmassy, which is, I think, why I didn't pick it up. But it's also very British. But you know, do people want to be British anymore? Don't know. Naturally, you've seen that one, the All Saints jumper, which I'm very proud of. I'll show it again, show it again, show it again. In the back. When I started doing this, I just never thought. I never thought that it would actually work. This wagon wheels method. I just never thought it would work. But there you go. Right, let's save the better ones to last. This very basic skirt. Ching! It's got owls on it. Yeah, owls. Owls always turn up at charity shops. People Tree, organic cotton, just a skirt with owls on it. £2 for that. £3 for this dress. I've never found this before. So it's not East. So the last two dresses, so I've got a dress which is very similar to this, by Fat Face at the minute. Block print, gorgeous. It's got embroidery on it. Nobody wants it. Yeah, there's no buyer for me to look around for. This is Fab India. Obviously I've got Anuki, I've got East. This goes hand in hand with it. Fab India, I think, is the initial iteration of East and Anuki. I don't know nothing about it. Anyway, this is nice. This is nice. This has got everything that it should have. So what should I be getting for this? I think 40. Some people get like 50. But the thing is that won't be what I can get for it. Because certain brands, other people get big money for, and I don't. And then I've picked this up. God, I paid £5 for this. Painful. But then I just thought, just do it. Because these are the ones that sell. So this is an interesting pattern. And it is large. It doesn't say that it's slim fit, but it might be slim fit. And it's Reese. And it'll have a name of what it is. Something out there. Armada. Is it Armada? Well, there you go. Yeah, so I've got that. Because I do quite well with Reese in general, and I do very well with the loud prints. And then I've got this. I mean, if those jeans had fitted me, I might have been tempted to don this as well for those jeans, because that would have been, an ensemble, and then I would look a little bit more put together than, secondhand Primark with a hem and my own concoction. Yeah, so obviously I've just talked about all that tie-dye, and this is actually a tie-dye that I did myself. For me, obviously, because I'm wearing it. Yeah, see this, look at that, bees. They're bees, aren't they? Of course they're bees. I'm getting confused because the brand is Run and Fly. So I think it's Fly. What am I doing? This is the way up there it goes. Or you can wear it. So there'll probably be a new thing where you wear a top like that and have it like that. They'll think they're being original, and then we'll have to show them that terrible band. I can't remember. Just not even worth remembering. Run and Fly, and I've just broken my nail. Naturally I've broken my nail because I've just picked up something that's going to snag. God, what's this? This was £3. Yeah, so Run and Fly, made in England. Obviously it's not vintage, but it's got all. I'm not going to say the word vibes. I don't like the word vibes. Is Run and Fly modern? I mean, it's a very crispy label. Yeah, it can't possibly be vintage, because the bee thing became popular after the bombings. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of things that have happened in Manchester in the time that I've been here, and it's just like, oh God, really? Right on cue. Irritating people being the word. People. Right, anyway, I am going to crack on now. My mission for today is to do this stock take, get all those on sell similar. Obviously I have a system in place which I've implemented so that I am going to always catch the next box which has got the eldest listed stock in it, because I've already done this stock take over the last 2 months, and then I've made post-it notes of all the oldest stuff, and then I'm going to put them all in my diary. I've been very organised with my diary because I've put myself obviously I've just paid my credit card bill late, so you know I'm not that good at it. But I've got that, and then I've given myself prompts for stuff because talking about what is it? Briefly being on benefits during lockdown, I was eligible for a Help to Save account, which I should be able to cash in now because we went back to work in July. But I can't remember, I don't think I opened it until August because it wasn't on my radar, and then I was like, oh yeah, you're eligible for that when you've been on universal credit. So I opened this Help to Save. So I started paying into it in August or September, and they'll pay me out in September. So I need to make sure that I make a payment into my Help to Save like the 1st of September, even though my direct debit is set up later, and apparently you can't go into standing order and just change the date on it, because why on earth would you be able to just go, you can change the amount that you pay but you can't change the date. And we're supposed to be forward thinking. No. Right, so I need to go and sort this nail out and crack on with that. So I'm gonna do the dresses first because they're in the freaking way. So I'm going to go through all that. There's a few things on there which have got outstanding offers on it, which is making me a bit tetchy ending them and setting them live again. But, you know, if they want to buy it, they would have bought it by now. So I need to get over that and just end them and send them on. But you see, saying that, if I'd done that with the toast thing, I wouldn't now have sold it. So I'll just do what I can do and then make a sensible decision about the others, whether I just send them live earlier and just send the lesser things live later on in the month. If that makes sense. And then I'll get on to the new listings, which is that. And then I'll put this, and I'm going to put this on YouTube now. I've got so many. My discipline with uploading is waning. Well, so there is a good reason. This is a story that I haven't told, so I'll leave you with this story and you can all laugh your head off. At the beginning of last week, I had a bruise on my face here. So if you've got a bruise on your face here, it looked like I had a Hitler moustache here. And my gums were all bleeding as well because I had an incident at work. It's not really an accident, but it's gone in the accident book. I was putting something in the bin and the bin lid prop ain't too good, and it moved and the bin fell down and then pushed it was actually one of them, because tons of those, I had one of them, and that flew back into my face and cracked my lip and my gums. So my gums were all bleeding, and I had a big lump here, and then a bruise like, I suppose it was like Charlie Chaplin, but I felt like Hitler. So I had that for the beginning of last week. I think that happened on Monday, was it? Yeah, it was Monday, because I did overtime on Tuesdays. So that's something I need to go and check. Overtime. Oh yeah, so I did that on Monday. So I had a bruise there for like 3 days, and it was really painful because obviously all of my gums there, which has also reminded me that I need to like register with a dentist, because apparently my dentist has given up the ghost. Yeah, so that wasn't fun. So I wasn't really going to do video. I mean, I was working and I had to like put on a decent amount of makeup, but as with all makeup, it never like really like covers everything. But yeah, so I think that was one of the reasons why I didn't do a video last week, because I looked so stupid. And now I've also washed my hair out, so yeah. So yeah, that was last week's calamity. I was very accident prone last week. But you see, saying that, I've been accident prone today because I don't know if it was because I was rushing or something, but I watered everything on the balcony first thing this morning, and then I put the watering can in the kitchen and I set the tap going, and then I wanted to go and put something in the cupboard. So I went to like quickly put the thing in the cupboard, and I hadn't yet brushed my hair, so it was a bird's nest. And then I got that caught on my bag, and I was like, oh my God, I've got to go because I've left the tap running. I need to go. And I was all entangled in this bag. So I'm still accident prone, so I can't even blame the time of the month. So yeah, I am just accident prone. So there we go. That's the story I'm leaving you with. Yeah, anyway, farewell. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back again soon with more stories of madness. Goodbye.